Let me start this off by saying coaching in the NBA is probably the most stressful millionaire job on earth. Yeah, you rich. Yeah, you on the sidelines wearing some crispy Nike Techs with a clipboard. But deep down, you fighting demons. Your superstar player might be sleeping with your wife, and Twitter gonna flame you whether you win or lose. I mean, how is this fair? They'll call you a genius one week and a fraud the next. And don't let you lose a game 7. Oh, it's over. ESPN gonna do a 3-day documentary on how trash you is, man. Why you shouldn't even be coaching. But look, y'all already know the great ones, bro. Gregg, Popovich, Phil Jackson, Ty Lue, you know what I'm saying? Some of the great, Pat Riley, you know, Eric Spoelstra, the great ones. Let's talk about the cycle of being an NBA coach. You come in, everybody excited. You say something inspirational like, we're gonna change the culture, and everybody claps. You win a few games, you get a nice little post-game interview, players dap you up, your barber gives you a free cut. Then the first 3-game losing streak you hit, and suddenly everybody turns to a coaching expert. Why didn't he call timeout? Why is he playing this lineup? Bro stands there with his arms crossed. He's not even coaching for real. Like, bro, Phil Jackson used to just sit in that chair meditate. Gregg Popovich barely even used the clipboard. Steve Kerr be looking like he ordering from Panera Bread. But because it's you getting cooked on first take like you don't know what basketball is, bro. And when your team does win, they say, oh, he just got Stephen Clay. Or Ty Lue lucky he had LeBron. Or Doc only won because of KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Rondo. Like, bro, like, damn, can the mans live? Can they live, bro? But the Doc Rivers, let's talk about Doc for a second, bro. Because this man has become the unofficial scapegoat for Game 7 collapses. Bro be walking in the press conference like he just lost a custody battle. Like, and look, I get it. His playoff resume got more trauma than Tyler Perry movie. But you feel like he out there missing free throws. He ain't the one blowing 19-point leads. That was Ben Simmons and them boys. That was Clippers and Lou Will and them guys. I mean, come on, man. That man Ben Simmons under the rim turning down dunks like he allergic to the buck. That was James Harden disappearing like he was in witness protection program. Like, but no. Every year is Doc needs to go. Like, he personally sabotaged the team. And let's keep it real. NBA players do not respect coaches the same way anymore. Bro, Kyrie literally said, we don't really need a coach. Like, that was an actual quote. Bro said the quiet part out loud. The modern NBA coaching is like being a substitute teacher, bro. You might write your little play on a whiteboard, but if the kids decide they want to freestyle, what you gonna do? Bench LeBron? You gonna yell at KD? You think you yelling at Jimmy Butler? He gonna swing on you before the timeout ends, bro. That's why him and Small almost got into it, bro. They wasn't going for it. They treat you like the team Uber driver. Like, just call timeouts and let us hoop, bro. Like, chill. But players be hating on their coaches, bro. Passive aggressive interviews, throwing shade on podcasts. You show up to practice like, let's work on a 2-3 zone, and they looking at you like, let's work on you getting fired. Some of these guys got more pull up with ownership than you imagine. Walking into a locker room and see your star player already on the phone with his agent like, yeah, it's me or him. Bro, you are literally the star player assistant. His life coach, his snack fetcher, his personal emotional support. You try to motivate them like, we gotta stay locked in. And they like, nah, you gotta stay employed. Now we gotta get into something ruthless, bro. The wife drama. See, it's one thing to lose a playoff series, but to lose your wife to your own player, that's a different level of disrespect. That's the Hall of Fame of an L, bro. It's happened before, bro. And we ain't gonna name names, but it's rhymes with Bone Malvin coaching a team full of 6-7 millionaires, bro. Half of whom look like fashion models with abs. Meanwhile, you 54 stressed out, hairline fading, you arguing about pick and roll defense while one of your bench players flirting with your girl on Instagram, bro. You walking to practice, everybody dapping each other up and laughing, and you like, why y'all looking at me like that? Now you gotta coach this man in the finals while knowing he been in your kitchen making cereal in your slippers, bro. Like, bro, that gotta hurt. This is the darkest timeline, bro. I mean, coaches, that is dark. Imagine a coach going through that, bro. But one of the main reasons it sucks being an NBA coach, bro, I mean, you broke. Okay, not broke, bro, but you poor relative to the locker room. You feel me? Think about it. The players you coaching are making $40 million a year, $50 million, $60 million, and with endorsements, you over here on a 3-year, $15 million contract talking about we need more effort on defense. You the only person in the room who can't afford the watch they all got. You pull up to the team dinner in the least bands, and your rookie just dropped $300K on the chain shaped like Pikachu. Bro, how you supposed to control a locker room full of people richer than you? You trying to run drills and they ordering steaks on DoorDash mid-practice, bro. Like, what you supposed to do about that, bro? Only Pop or Ty Lue, you know what I'm saying, can control somebody like that because they, you know what, they're elite. And this is the final boss, bro, the hot seat, bro. NBA coaches got the most fragile job security in all of sports. You one bad month away from being an ESPN analyst, bro. These GMs be frying coaches like they're returning shoes. No warning, just, yeah, we moving in a different direction. If your star player player don't like you, pack your bags. Let Luka get moody. I'm telling you, Pelinka is gone. Pelinka is out of there. I know Mavericks just traded him, but let Pelinka get crazy with Luka. He out of there. I'm telling you, bro. Let somebody get crazy with SGA with the Thunder. Out of there. Let Joel Embiid give one veil quote on post game. We just need more leadership. You gone, bro. I'm telling you, Doc out of there. Them boys was out of there. They will cut you mid-season, mid-flight, mid-bite at the team dinner. 1 second you ordering a steak, next second they like, Coach, can we speak to you in the hallway? And if your team loses a series, bro, you gone. Doesn't matter. If you had 3 dudes out with injury, the star player shooting 2 for 19, and your bench shooting shorter than a Waffle House menu, you getting fired like you missed the free throw. Sometimes they really hit you. I'm a glorified life coach with a clipboard. You think you Phil Jackson, but to the star player, you just someone to blame when the vibes are off. You the fall guy, the emotional support adult, the first one to get smoked and the last one to get praised. You could draw up the greatest player in NBA history, but if that star player decides to jack up a logo 3 with 14 seconds on the clock, guess who's getting flamed? You, buddy. And let me ask you something real quick. How you the head coach, but you're not even the top decision maker? Half of the time, you don't even control your rotation. You don't even get to pick who's on your team. You just show up the trench camp like, wait, we signed who? You know how many coaches have lost their job because some wild front office decision they had nothing to do with? Like, imagine being a coach of a team trying to win games. Bill Coach draw up plays, and the GM walks in like, yeah, so we just signed Lamar Odom.
His very first move as the executive was to sign Lamar Odom, who was on crack.
Or the GM come to you like, bro, we about to trade Luka. You feel me? Like, bro, what is you talking about? You out here game planning for Giannis, and meanwhile the GM just traded your 2 best defenders for a 38-year-old shooter who hasn't jumped since 2016. And when it all goes downhill, when y'all lose 7 straight, the coach gets the smoke. The GM and the press box like, we're disappointed in the results so far, but he the one who built the team like it was a fantasy draft in 2K. And even if you win a ring, you still might not get respect. Steve Kerr has 4 championships, and folks still say he's just lucky he got stealth. Like, this man didn't manage egos, keep Draymond from slapping everybody, and turn Andrew Wiggins into a finals MVP candidate. That's coaching. Ty Lue coached LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love, survived the finals, and came back down 3-1. And people still be like, he just rolled the ball out. Like, bro, what do I have to do? Cure cancer? But people give Ty Lue his respect. People know Ty Lue is actually a great coach. You feel me? The team lose. It's your fault, bro. Let the team win. Oh, the players just locked in that game, bro. You basically working a job where the best case scenario is you don't get blamed. That's not a win, bro. That's survival. You know how sick that is? You over here staying up till 4 a.m. watching film on how to stop Luka. Doncic step back only for ESPN to say, well, Luka just wanted it more, bro. Man, if I'm the coach, I'm throwing my headset and quit mid-interview like Marshawn Lynch, bro. Like, bro, what are we doing, bro? I'm not here. I'm just here not to get fired, bro. I'm just here not to get fired, bro. I'm just here not to get fired, boss. That's it. Also, your team might just be insane. You might walk into practice one day and find out your starting point guard is tweeting conspiracy theories. Like, your power forward got arrested at the club and your center refuses to shoot unless it's a logo 3. Like, bro, now you got to answer for all that. You the spokesperson. You like, coach, how do you feel about your players going on a podcast calling the mayor a lizard? I mean, we just trying to move the ball and get stars, bro. That's all we trying to do. We ain't worrying about no lizards. We ain't worrying about the flat earth, but we just trying to get stars and go to the finals, bro. Like, why we gotta talk about this, bro? So yeah, bro, being an NBA head coach is not what it looks like, bro. Sure, you got courtside seats and a salary with commas, but deep down, you stressed, underpaid, blamed for things you can't control, and your job security is hanging by a thread. Meanwhile, Kyrie out here saying they don't even need coaches. It's rough out here, man. So next time your team loses before you flame the coach on Twitter, just remember, he might be fighting for his job, his marriage, and his sanity all at once, bro.